Hindi po kami nababahala. We are fulfilling our constitutional duty as House prosecutors, as congressmen, as representatives of our constituents. And lahat po kami ay nandito para lang ipakita ang ebidensya laban sa Vice Presidente na nakita naming may pagkakasala. Kaya nga po, naglabas po tayo ng articles of impeachment. Hindi po kami natatakot sa susunod na eleksyon dahil naniniwala po kami na makikita ng taong bayan ang ebidensya, and we believe that the senators themselves will see the evidence, and it is now incumbent upon the senators to fulfill their constitutional duties as well.
Kay Ma'am, kay Representative Lala de Lima po, alam po ng lahat yung pinagdaanan ninyo under Duterte administration. Bilang isa sa mga prosecutor po, masasabi po ba na payback na ninyo ito sa mga Duterte?
Hindi po. I've been doing my job as a member of this House fairly and without any ill will against anyone. Hindi ko po style yan. Hindi po ako yung nag-exhibit ng vendetta. Para sa akin lang po, nakatingin lang po ako lagi sa prinsipyo ng katotohanan at pananagutan. Truth, also justice, and accountability.
Salamat po, ma'am. Kay Congressman Torres po, pasensya na po ha. Sir, tiwala po ba kayo na madidiin ninyo ang si VP Sara sa base sa mga ebidensya ng ilalatag ng prosecutor?
If you base it on what was presented by sa Committee on Justice, yes, I think so. Because wala namang ebidensya to the contrary ang binigay. Diba? That's what we were waiting for. That's what we were hoping for that she would do. Pero wala eh. That's why it would be very difficult not to say that we have enough to proceed with our case.
No, pwede po ba kayo magbigay ng kahit na isa sa mga possibly na madidiin ninyo si VP Sara based doon sa ebidensya?
Well, if you look at all the articles po, lahat po ng ebidensya na nag-gather namin is favorable to the articles of impeachment. Kasi nga, as I said, binigyan siya ng opportunity to present her evidence but she did not appear. So yun ang problema po doon.
Excited na po ba kayo sakaling makita kayo ni VP Sara?
Well,
Matanong niyo siya?
I guess none of us are like excited just to see her, but we're all willing to perform our constitutional duties. Yan lang po.
Last po para po sa lahat. Hindi po ba kayo na nababahala na baka po mag-reflect sa susunod na eleksyon ng pagiging prosecutor ninyo ng impeachment trial, impeachment court?
Hindi po kami nababahala. We are fulfilling our constitutional duty as House prosecutors, as congressmen, as representatives of our constituents. And lahat po kami ay nandito para lang ipakita ang ebidensya laban sa Vice Presidente na nakita naming may pagkakasala. Kaya nga po, naglabas po tayo ng articles of impeachment. Hindi po kami natatakot sa susunod na eleksyon dahil naniniwala po kami na makikita ng taong bayan ang ebidensya, and we believe that the senators themselves will see the evidence, and it is now incumbent upon the senators to fulfill their constitutional duties as well.
Thank you, Jong. Earl Tobias from IBC 13. Please proceed with your questions.
Ayun. Good afternoon po, Honorable Prosecution Panel. First off po, to Prosec Lord Ansuan. Sir, Prosec, you're one of the new faces of the prosecution panel. Paano po kayo nag-prepare? Paano nyo po pinaghandaan yung decision ninyo? Given yung mas tanong na rin ng aking co-reporters, the political climate and atmosphere of this topic has been highly tensioned. But you are from Mindanao and you decided to be a prosecutor. How did you prepare for this decision, sir?
Yes, I am a Mindanaoan from Cagayan de Oro, and My being a Mindanaoan is precisely the reason why I take this duty very seriously. Because we're not just talking about the people's money, we're also talking about the taxpayers that Mindanaoans are paying. And I believe that no region, whether it is Luzon, Visayas, or Mindanao, no family, no official should be elevated above the Constitution or even above the investigations of the COA. And we are not here to go against or to move against or for any person. We are here for the process. And if nothing wrong was done, then the process itself will show it. And I think that's what we owe to every Filipino, including Mindanaoans.
Follow up po. Thank you. As Prosec Lawrence Defensor said, malaking kalaban ninyo yung fake news. Sa social media ngayon, ang pinaiikot na naratibo ng ilang mga trolls ay parang pulo-pulo yung nagiging laban na parang Mindanaoan does take a stand behind BP Sara Duterte and as if yung laban is not about accountability but versusan ng mga pulo. As a Mindanaoan, sir, would you like to debunk that na yung narrative na pinaiikot na paggaling sa Mindanao, automatic anti-impeachment?
Kaya nga yung pinakamalaking kalaban natin dito sa buong impeachment process ay yung fake news talaga. Because we are talking about accountability here and accountability does not respect regional bias. So dapat yung totoo ang manaig and hopefully everyone can come together and decide whether what we are sharing is really news or fake news. Yung pinakauna dyan, check natin yung source ng sinishare natin, kung troll account ba yan, or kung totoong media outlet. So I think we should go back to the concern of the prosecutors that one of our biggest enemies here is fake news.
Thank you, Prosec. For Prosec's Defensor, Dilima, Luisio, and Joke na po, I just to collate a heavy legal and a firm stand. Last Senate, they deemed it enough, even they were already convened, to return the articles of impeachment to the House of Representatives. One being the reason is yung petisyon sa Korte Suprema. Ngayong taon po, clearly, nag-convene na ang Senate Impeachment Court, kasado na ang prosecution panel, pero it's also not a secret that the Vice President is still running and seeking forum from the Supreme Court. Pero sinasabi rin po nila na handa silang irespeto ang jurisdiction ng Senado at humarap sa trial. Is this a legally conflicting stand? And dapat po ba sa pre-trial pa lang, kumpirmahin na ng kampo ni BP Sara Duterte kung haharap ba sila sa proseso, irerespeto ang jurisdiction ng Senado, o magpapasaklolo sa Korte Suprema? Thank you po.
Of course, it is the prerogative of the defense team to elevate any issue which they believe consists of constitutional question to the Supreme Court. Nevertheless, even if there are pending petitions in the Supreme Court, this should not hamper or delay the impeachment trial, especially considering that there is no temporary restraining order or injunction issued by the Supreme Court for that matter. That is why earlier I said we commend the impeachment court. We are very much positive that they convened pursuant to the mandate of the Constitution, that is forthwith. Nonetheless, we are trying to solicit the support of our beloved countrymen that what is being mandated to be forthwith is not only the convening. What is being mandated to be forthwith is the trial. And by trial, it means presentation of evidence, presentation of witness, and which will lead to the decision of the impeachment court of either acquittal or conviction. So of course, we understand what happened last time back in the 19th Congress, but we are very much positive. We're hopeful this time that we will immediately proceed to pre-trial as announced already by the impeachment court yesterday, as well as trial, no? So we are looking forward for dates as to when the pre-trial and the trial will be held, as soon as all the responsive pleading, such as the answer from the respondent and the reply from the prosecution, are submitted to the impeachment court. We are adhering to the mandate of the Constitution, which says trial forthwith.
On my end, excited na po akong bumalik sa court. Namimiss ko na yung paglilitis ng kaso. At wala kaming nakikitang sagabal sa trial. The Senate as an impeachment court has already set the pre-trial and the trial of the case, and we will respond accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you po. Last from my end, to Prosec Lawrence Defensor. Sir, hi. Kahit po napurnada ng isang buong taon yung impeachment case laban kay VP Sara Duterte, you remained with your stand na yung grave threats pa lang ay enough na for conviction. Pero sir, playing devil's advocate lang, maraming nagpapaugong ng naratibo na hindi naman daw na-consummate yung banta dahil lang ang pagkakalagay daw ng premise, dapat may mangyari munang masama sa vice-presidente bago niya gawin. Pero sir, isn't that a moral disregard and also a legal disregard of the threat that already happened? At paano nyo po titindigan na dito pa lang ay dapat guilty na si VP Sara Duterte, sir?
Abangan nyo na lang sa trial kung paano namin ipipresenta para makumbinsi kita.